Come on, there we go. Now it's working. Hi, everybody. This is Ginger, and this is Ginger's Chat Show, and I hope all is well. It's been a long week. Hope you had a peaceful Memorial Day weekend. And above all, before I really start getting into this, I don't know if you heard about it from Washington State. There was a tank, a paper manufacturing company's tank exploded. Did an implosion is what it did. And then one person dead, and there's 9 missing, and there's a couple people hurt. They didn't get the exact count yet. So they're investigating that. This happened down in the town of Longview, which is that way south of here. It's in Collins County. And so we'll just have to wait and see what's happened with that. Sorry, my thing's a little crooked. I'm getting used to my new camera, and I hope you like it. It's very clear, it's very precise, it's not going out or anything. And this is an this is an HP camera, so it's more compatible with my all-in-one computer. It's working great, but I am planning to get a hub thing here, and that way I can plug in, because I only have like one plug-in left behind the computer here, but I need several, because there are some things that you do require, access plug-in. So we'll see. Anyway, what we're going to talk about today. Hi, Nancy. How are things in Wisconsin? Up here we've been getting rain, off and on. Not heavy rain, but just, light rain, which is fine. We kind of need a little bit. Of course, it's hot and sunny. But here, it's, let's see, 69 degrees. They say temp is supposed to get up to 74 today, but we'll see how that goes. Hi, Dorothy. So, yeah, and the temp's supposed to go up like today, tomorrow, Friday is supposed to drop. So, of course, after Memorial Day is the signal for the start of summer. A lot of graduations going on and everything, so when you go out on the road, just be careful. 86. Okay, it's 69 here. Move up here, Nancy. Anyway, we're talking about the events over the weekend. That occurred. As usual, Trump and his cronies are always lying and not being truthful, not being transparent. That I don't like. I mean, they're so unprofessional. They don't know what they're doing. They really don't. Like Vance was, like there was a dinner party thrown by the, for example, thrown by the Chief Justice of the United States Supreme Court. Vance crashed the dinner party. He was not invited. And so it goes to show you the level of professionalism is out of sync. It's not working properly. They're not doing it properly. Thank you, Carolyn. So just wish Congress just stop talking about it and just do it. Just impeach them. Get rid of the whole administration and get a whole new group in there that puts everything back the way it was. Then turn around and prosecute Trump and his cronies because they broke a number of federal laws. They say they didn't. Well, prove it. And also, this past weekend, since I was Memorial Day holiday weekend, last Thursday was the last day of the Late Show with Stephen Colbert. They really were roasting Trump on this one. Roasting Trump and roasting CBS. And CBS, their excuse was for canceling because, they were losing money on it and everything else. Well, really, in reality, no, they weren't. They were just pressuring for, under Trump's, they were trying to get on Trump's good side. I have never seen a legacy television station up until now, corporation, up until now, kissing Trump's, pardon, I'm going to be a little bit vulgar, which very rarely I am, but on just to silence somebody who tells the truth. CBS, you should be ashamed of yourself. I have watched in many of your programs. I've watched your news. Remember Walter Cronkite? Remember him? He would not put up with the thing what CBS is doing. I bet you he's rolling in his grave right now. All the previous presidents that watch the late night show or something or caught a bit of it, they laugh at themselves. They understand sense of humor. Trump doesn't. He just breaks out in a crying little fit because feels that he's being picked on. Well, Trump, there are ways to just laugh at yourself and just move on. Majority of the presidents that we have ignored this. They watch the program, laugh at themselves, and then move on. They don't sit there and pick at the program. They don't pick at the comedians or anything. We need laughter in this country. But Trump doesn't understand. And that's what Mary Trump said. Her stepfather uncle never understood it. And she felt that her grandparents, her grandfather and her grandmother handled it all wrong on this. Trump keeps falling asleep, and now he just had, yesterday, he's supposed to have a dental and medical annual checkup at Walter Reed. Well, he's been having so many dental appointments, it's not funny. Of course, I understand when you have tooth issues, you want to have in-between times to heal and then finish the issue. I myself was trying to find a new dentist, okay? And what I don't understand, the other pet peeve that I have, okay? Why can't they roll in dental along with the medical? Put them together. They both affect each other. If you have bad dental issues, it affects your health, right? Yeah. I agree right there, Nancy. Yes. They always poke fun at the presidents or politicians. But you don't have somebody that acts like a spoiled little brat like Trump is. And he gets all bent out of shape. Well, I don't know if he watches the program. If he doesn't watch the program, then I don't know if somebody told him or showed it to him. But um, yeah, they've always poked fun at the presidents, okay, or politicians or something. Mostly the president. You very rarely see comedians poking fun at other officials, okay? Prominent one right now is supposed president. Trump doesn't not have a very good, oh, how should I say this? He doesn't have a very good screening or filtering team that filters this, okay? In other words, keep him safe and not let anything out and everything else. President Obama always laughed at himself, okay? He's laughed at with the politicians. That one time he was a guest with Stephen Colbert in the Late Show. This was just after he was elected. And people were thrilled. They really liked him. I wish President Obama was our president now. Of course, I know that he already served 2 terms. Really, they should expand it a little bit to 3 terms and just leave it up to the candidate or the president if he wants to serve another term. Now, being president of the United States is a very high-pressure job, from what I understand. And as President Obama said, he had to pace himself, learn to pace himself on a lot of stuff. But he had a good team, and that's the big big core of it. He has a good team, okay, around him. So you very rarely hear about these antics and scandals and everything else from Trump, or not from Trump, but from Obama. He went to concentrate on his job on fixing the problems here in this country that was left by the previous administration. Of course, President Obama now is very good friends with President what's his name? Bush. They're very good friends, and they don't agree with what Trump is doing either, and what he did to East Wing, and what he's doing to the White House, and what he's doing at the reflecting pool, and wants to build an arch and everything. If an arch wants to be built or a emblem to be built, it has to go through Congress, and it has to go through the U.S. Forest Rangers, which handle most real estate, federal government real estate. Sorry, I've been bitten by somehow the fleas are waking up, and so are the bed bugs. They're waking up. I vacuumed my bedroom really good. It's a little bit better. But I'm trying to look at other ways to resolve that. They just started waking up once it started warming up. So anyway, and of course you keep hearing about all the negotiations with Iran. You'd think with the negotiation thing would go through the State Department, and they'd give out a news conference on that. You think they would, instead of always coming from Trump. It should be coming from Mark Rubio. It should go through him. But I think he's being cowed by Trump not to take Trump's spotlight away from him. Sorry, we have somebody always racing here. Um, anyway, I think all the negotiations that are going on with Trump, it's in Trump's head. He's doing the negotiations in his head. And I don't think it's very truthfully coming out of the State Department. State Department should be handling negotiations. They're the ones that are supposed to be handling all the diplomacy. Trump doesn't know he didn't understand how it all works. He didn't even understand how anything works. Trump's an idiot. So, so my question is, and I'm sure it's on everybody's mind, where is the transparency? Where is about being truthful to the people that you work for? They're at Congress, Trump, the executive branch, the Supreme Court, and Congress supposed to be working for the American people. Not saying they're taking advantage of them at all. Okay. Anyway, let me check my calendar. Hold on a second if I have anything going on. Let's see. No. Okay. All right. Let's see. 20. Oh, this is Friday. Where am I? Wrong day. I will see you on Friday, on the 29th at 1 o'clock. And how do you like my new setup? This is much, much better, and this is transferring much better over at YouTube. So I'm still not quite up to, I want to get to at least 1,000 subscribers in order to go live directly on YouTube. But, alright, feel free to share. Thank you, Nancy. Yeah, it's working much better. The other webcam that I had, it was getting old. It was like, I had it like for 6 years, ever since I started this. And, yeah, I really like it. It's working so much better. But I'm going to be doing some changes and trying to work on things and everything. So, anyway, have a good night. Stay safe. Storm season is starting. They think it's going to be busy with the next week or so with the tornadoes and thunderstorms and everything. So be sure to stay safe, keep your eye to the sky, and watch what Mother Nature's doing. Okay? Take care. Love to all.